We continue our Coming Back from COVID series this morning, 1 year after the Bay Area shut down due to the pandemic. Traffic now starting to rev back up on our roadways.
Today in the Bay's Bob Redell joining us now near Interstate 580 in Livermore. And Bob, I know the workers fortunate enough to be able to keep their job and going into work. They've spent a lot of less time in traffic, but looks like things could change.
Yes, correct. Good morning, Jim, Marcus, and Laura. You know, at the peak of the shutdown, people driving here on the roads in the Bay Area, like 580 behind me in Livermore, saw the amount of time spent in their cars cut in half by 51% to be exact. This is according to the INRIX Global Traffic Scorecard. We know that since then, the commute has gotten worse as things have opened up more. Not back to what it was before COVID, but approaching that. According to the Bay Area's Metropolitan Transportation Commission, traffic is now averaging about 80 to 85% of the pre-pandemic levels. The MTC can tell this in part by looking at the number of bridge crossings. Last week, around $1.6 million of drivers passed through the tolls of the 7 Bay Area bridges, excluding the Golden Gate. You compare that to a year ago, it was close to 1.9 million drivers. You might recall in February of last year, about a month before the shutdown, we introduced you to Furman Vasquez. He's a super commuter who drives every morning from his home in Soledad to Campbell, where he works as a hairstylist. Pre-pandemic, that 90-mile drive took him 2 hours and 15 minutes. This is his cell phone video of Furman shot on Friday. You can see there's hardly any traffic. He can now do that same drive from Soledad to Campbell in just 90 minutes. That's a 45-minute reduction in his commute. But Furman tells us it is by no means worth it. He hardly worked last year because hair salons were shut down. He's now just working 2 to 3 days a week, struggling a bit and leaning heavily on his faith in God to get by.
Yeah, to pray me, keep me healthy, my family, and us, to keep us in our house, because I am struggling a little bit here, trying to keep my house. So I was able to take care of that, but I pray a lot to everybody to stay healthy, the world,
Furman tells us that surprisingly, traffic has been heavy the last 3 Friday nights on the drive back home to Soledad. Stop and go starting at Bailey Avenue on southbound 101. He believes that this is a sign California is opening back up as more people are heading out of town for the weekend. Reporting live here in Livermore, Bob Redell, Today in the Bay.